They came from the void. They were nameless. They were endless. They were the hunger that consumed. All they moved without fear, without hesitation, without mercy, their forms shifting, their weapons part of their bodies, their eyes burning with the cold light of 1,000 dead stars. They hunted because it was their nature. They hunted because no species had ever stood against them and lived. They came for humanity, as they had come for countless others, their vessels splitting the dark, their warriors descending upon worlds, their hunger insatiable. They did not know fear. They did not know hesitation. They did not know failure. But something happened, something that had never happened before, something that should not have been possible. Humans did not break. Humans did not flee. Humans did not cower in the shadows like all others before them. Humans fought. But it was not the fight that changed everything. It was not the weapons, the technology, the strategies of war. It was something deeper. Something older, something woven into the marrow of every human bone, something stitched into every strand of human thought. It was the stories that reached across time, the stories that made the impossible possible, the stories that turned myths into reality. For when the hunters descended, they did not find prey. They did not find the weak. They did not find the lost. Instead, they found monsters. From the depths of human minds, they emerged the creatures that should never have been. The legends, the nightmares, the impossible. Beings that walked the boundary between what is and what cannot be. The hunters saw them, and for the first time, they knew fear. For the hunters were real, but so too were the gods of war, the spirits of vengeance, the titans of destruction, and the beings that no language could name. Humanity had never been alone in their minds. They had carried them all. And now, unleashed upon the universe, the hunters fell to them one by one. Their forms unraveling, their endless hunger turned to silent screams as the legends devoured them. Humanity watched as the impossible became reality, as the myths of old walked once more upon the land, as the shadows of nightmares became the sword and the shield, and the hunters who had never known fear, never known hesitation, never known failure, now knew only one truth: they would hunt no more. The remnants of the hunters scattered across the stars, broken, shattered, fleeing to the edges of the void, where they whispered of what they had seen, where they carved warnings into the ruins of their fallen, where they prayed to the darkness that had once been their ally for salvation. But there was none. For the stories did not end, the legends did not sleep, the myths did not fade away. They followed, they pursued, they consumed. For humanity was not done. The universe had long feasted upon them. And now, it was their turn. The gods of old, who had walked only in the minds of men, now walked upon the worlds of those who had come before, and there would be no mercy. The hunters had been the first, but they would not be the last. The void echoed with their cries, as the stars themselves seemed to dim before the horrors that now roamed freely, the very fabric of reality bending. As the stories grew stronger, as the myths gained footholds in places where logic once ruled planets, burned under the weight of forgotten gods, specters that fed on the fears of the cosmos, creatures born not of flesh, but of pure nightmare, taking shape in the hollows of abandoned civilizations. Those who had once hunted now became the hunted. Their screams, lost in the silence of space, as horrors they could not comprehend ripped them from existence. One by one, civilizations that had stood untouched for eons now trembled before the unleashed terrors that humanity had carried within them since the dawn of time. Humanity stood at the precipice not as conquerors, but as the harbingers of a new reality, a reality where the old ways, the old horrors, the old stories had become real. And in that reality, there was no place left for the hunters, only the hunted, only the doomed, only the fading echoes of those who had once believed themselves invincible.